All right, market update here on the 23rd. Getting this out kind of late, but I am in Asia right now. So a lot of my videos are going to be kind of weird times probably. Sometimes maybe in the middle of the night there. But anyway, let's get into the chart. So today, huge move higher. And that was predicted in the last video. I was talking about this box right here. This is a 4-hour supply zone right here. Very small zone right there, but that was predicted from this right here. And so we're pretty much guaranteed to hit that tomorrow, 373.50. I don't know why my trading view is messed up. I can't see the price right here, and I can see it here on the side, but I don't know what it is after hours. It was around 372, I think, but doesn't really matter. So I think that there's a very good chance this is actually wave one. And the reason I think that is for here are a few different reasons actually. First one is that if we look at the parallel lines, we barely came outside of the parallel line right here. So that's usually a sign that wave 4 is finished. That's the first reason. Second reason is if we go down to the 15-minute time frame, a lot of this doesn't make sense actually. So we did hit the outside of the parallel line. I thought this was going to go a little bit higher, but this right here would have gone a little bit farther, I think, if it was the full W wave. So it still could be W, X, Y, but I think that there's a very good chance we're looking at 5 waves here. 1, 2, I think 3 right here, 4, and 5, like that. And this is wave 1. And then zooming out, this would be the move, the start of the move all the way up to about 410, which would be projection 410, but it could go higher than that, to be honest. So it's either W, X, Y, or it's wave 1. If we get wave 1 here, I'm looking for a pullback to about 364. Pretty much Powell's speech should be for that. And then we get a wave 3, wave 4, and a wave 5 up here. So I'm about 75% sure this is probably a wave 1. And then I'm still leaving the door open for it to potentially do this as well. But I think that's less likely looking at the charts now. So this is the projected path most likely for wave 5. And this could go a lot higher than 400 to 410 just because I think that Powell is going to pause here soon. I think he's going to pause in September is what I'm reading. So if that happens, maybe we get a pause on the second wave pullback. I'm not sure when the next meeting is, but there's a very good chance that he pauses. This move is going to take about a week, so maybe we get done with this move in September, maybe next week, and we can start wave 3 going up into October, November. But again, still leaving the door open for a move down to 340 potentially. If that were to happen, we'd be looking for 5-wave move. So we'll see how it comes off of here when it hits this box. But this is probably the most likely. So that is QQQ. So then let's look at Microsoft here. Better get NVDA up here. Actually, let's go to NVDA first. So NVIDIA with earnings, they beat earnings. Let's go to the weekly chart and just take a look at where we're at in the chart. So on the weekly chart, this specifically right here, this wave that we started back in October of 2022, we are most likely in a wave 4 here. And so if we can zoom in now, where would you think wave 4, or I mean, where would you think wave 5 would end? I said yesterday in the video, or in the video a couple days ago, that this could be a B wave and we're coming back down here. But what gave this away, and sometimes it's hard to follow this and really be confident in it, but this was pretty obvious. It came outside the parallel line, pulled back. It did come back into the first wave, but we got this fifth wave higher now after hours of 500. Now the question is that the end of the fifth wave? And I think that there's a very good chance it is not. The reason why is two waves are usually the same length. So this should go potentially all the way up to 692, just based on wave 1 being the same length as wave 2. And we'll see what happens. If this is a 5-wave move right here, which it's going to be, then the next move would be a pullback. And I'm looking for this gap fill here at 435. And then we'd get a 1.61 fib move all the way up here to 570. So maybe not 692, 570 right here. Let's just do a projection here. Let's say we go to 435 to 570, pull back to 533. And we're looking at like 630 to 660. So I think that this is just wave 1 of 5, similar to Amazon. If you watched my videos before, I think Amazon is getting ready to start. Well, actually, Amazon might not be in that now. I'll go over that here in a second. But anyway, NVIDIA, wave 1 of 5 most likely. However, look for a pullback, probably starting on Powell's speech on Friday. So tomorrow will probably be, gap up, hover around here, and then on Friday it's probably going to start selling off. And I would look for this gap fill at 435. Tesla. So similar to NVIDIA, except for this on larger time frames. I think Tesla's got to be in a ending diagonal, most likely at this point. If everything else is going to go to 5 waves higher, why would Tesla not? And honestly, on Tesla, I'm just looking for a ABC move. I have it drawn out right here. It was only at 240 after hours, so maybe it comes up here and fills the gap at 242. But I'm looking for a pullback to 222 to 226. And there is a gap down here, so potentially a gap fill, but I don't know about that now. It's kind of a big pullback. So look for something like this down to 222 to 226. And then it should start moving if it is going to be 5 waves. The next wave's got to be huge. So the next wave's got to go to probably at least the 2.61 fib, maybe higher than that, maybe even the 3.61 fib. Again, if we look at the length of wave 1, we're talking about 450 on Tesla. So I know these are kind of outrageous targets, but and they don't have to go that high, but this is most likely the 4th wave finish now, just based on what I'm seeing with other charts. But I will still leave the door open for a ABC move. One thing we do know for sure, I guess the only thing we know for sure, is that this was 5 waves. So this is 1 or A. So even if it does this, it's still going to go up here to 260. Either that or we're getting 5 waves higher. So I'd be pretty long on Tesla. And NVIDIA, I'd be very careful on the 500 touch. It's probably going to back off. Apple. The more I'm looking at the other charts, I'm thinking that Apple had to have been some kind of extended ABC move. Because it doesn't make sense for it to have been finished. So I think this is likely A, B, C, like that. And we're starting a 5-wave move higher. This should pull back though here soon. There's a gap here at 175, I think. Let me look. No, there's a gap here at 177. So we're going to get a gap fill on the pullback, but I would look for Apple probably go to all-time highs as well. If I'm wrong about that and Apple actually topped out right here, that would be kind of weird, but that would just mean that it's going to make probably an ABC move up here to like 190, while everything else is making new highs. I should probably go like right here, fill this gap, pull back, and then go to like 195. No, let's see. Yeah, so maybe it comes up to like 183 tomorrow, 182, and then pulls back and then hits like 190. But remains to be seen, is this a 5-wave move or is this an ABC move? I kind of think it's ABC. Like extended ABC move. It kind of looks like to me. And then we get 5 waves off the bottom. So Apple also potentially going to go to new highs here soon. And I guess this all depends on Powell here on Friday. Are we going to get the ABC move from here? So WX move down, or are we going to get this move right here? Let's go over Amazon. So now Amazon 5 waves here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking for the gap fill down here. That would complete the overall ABC move. That would be wave 4, and then I'm looking for a huge wave 5 all the way up to, and it barely popped after hours, which makes sense. Is then a 4th wave. It can go all the way up to 177. So it's going to be interesting once it sells off. I'm going to take some time like in between sessions and look at what I think is the most likely to gain the most for a 5th wave and probably put my money there so I can try to make the highest percentage. But Amazon looks like one more sell-off and then it can go higher. So we got Amazon, Tesla, Apple. Let's go over SPY. SPY is definitely, in my opinion, well, not definitely. These nested moves are sometimes tough. But honestly, it does look like it is a corrective move. Let's see. I would say it's a corrective move. So that's a little bit different than QQQ. So you got to be careful. This could still be an X wave. Got to be careful there. NVDA doesn't have to go to 650 or whatever I said. It could top out there as well. That could be the end of 5 waves. So again, there's a lot of things that we'll have to wait and see. You can't project. I would say it's most likely it's going to go to 650, but this could be the end of the 5th wave as well. If that's the case, I would say it's not the case, but that could be the case. So SPY. I'm just trying to think, is this potentially still a 4th wave? This would have to be some kind of ABC move. We'll see what happens with SPY. I don't see this as a 5-wave move, though. That's what I wanted to see if we're going to go to all-time highs. So this is actually showing that it could potentially come back down here to 418. So kind of mixed signals all around, but we'll see what happens tomorrow. The one thing we do know for sure is QQQ is going to go to 373 to 375. And then the next box that you're going to hit is this gap fill down here at 364. Potentially it just goes through this and ends up being A, B, and C. So let's go over the dollar. Where was NVIDIA when we dumped last week? So it fell from 449 to 417. So yeah, if it's at 500 and it dumps all the way down to 435, that very well could help out this to go to new lows. But that's going to take Tesla. Tesla's still got to do a B wave and then go to a new high. So that's why I'm leaning towards a 5-wave move. But there's a bunch of different mixed signals from all these different stocks. So the dollar, the longer the dollar goes without pulling back, the more likely it is in a C wave right now and could be completing a C wave. You see we have A, B, and then the C wave's almost, if it gets to the 0.78 fib, which is very close, then that could be considered done. That could be the C wave right here, or it can come all the way up here to the 1.61 fib at 109. But that's going to take a pullback first. So we'll see how that goes over the next couple of weeks. Again, if you watched the videos before, I have this going to 93 at some point. So that means that regardless, even if this goes to new lows, it's about to pump to new highs. It's going to see 400 to 450, something crazy, because the dollar is about to lose strength probably in the next month or two. So let's just do a summary here. So NVIDIA, 5-wave move off the bottom. That can be the top of wave 5 right there, or it's wave 1 of 5 of the overall 5th wave. Projected path is 500, pull back to 435 short term. Leave it at that for now. Tesla, wave 1 complete. A, B, looking for that C wave down here to 222 to 226. There is a gap fill down here at 216. More than likely this will be enough, and then I would be looking for it to go to at least 260. Apple, most likely in an extended ABC move, put in a first wave. I would look for a pullback to at least 176, but probably going to come back down here to daily demand. And if that's the case, it can go to new highs as well. But we'll see. It could also be topped right here. And if it topped out right there, then that means while other stocks are making all-time highs, this could be in a B wave and do something like this later. So Apple is one of the least strongest of all the tech names. SPY, I wanted to see 5 waves, but most likely a corrective move. So I would look for a pullback in it. And that pullback is probably going to come all the way down here to fill this gap here at 438. And Amazon, again, we're pulling back to 129. We can do Google real quick. And Google looks like it is potentially starting a wave 1 of wave 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It probably finished that. Probably finish it tomorrow. And I don't know what it is after hours. But pull back to 130, fill this gap here at 129 for wave 2. It can go all the way to 139 and then probably fill this gap here, 141 gap fill. So there you have it. Hopefully that was a pretty good summary. There are some different possibilities, but overall, this is going to go to new highs. It's just whether it's going to go to new lows first on an ABC move. As I showed you, though, this has got outside the parallel line for a 4th wave. So I'm about 80% sure that we are headed to new all-time highs over the next probably, who knows, like 3 or 4 months. Maybe shorter than that, who knows. But this is wave 1, and look for that to start for new highs. I would not be short unless you get confirmation, and get ready to get long, because I think there's going to be some money to be made. If he pauses in September, the market should go wild for at least a couple months. So I'll leave it at that. That is the update for 8/23. Again, I'm in Japan right now, so my updates might be kind of random at random times as well. And I'm honestly thinking about leaving already because I don't like this sleep schedule. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm doing my best. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content. Make sure you subscribe for more content, and I'll catch you in the next video. Good luck trading tomorrow.